I assume that you already know how to teach piano, but you want to know how to teach piano online. Well, I've discovered a strategy that works extremely well for teaching online. In fact, I produce dozens of different YouTube channels, and not only will it help you teach piano effectively, but this also works as marketing for you as well. And I'm not talking about to people who already know you or already know that you teach piano, but people all around the world who are looking for online piano lessons who have never heard of you before will now see you as the expert and the person that they want to hire. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the strategy of how to teach piano lessons online. Then I'm going to talk about how you should start every episode, then what you can do to keep people's attention so they stay all the way to the end. Then I'm going to share a strategy of how you can prepare your content a lot more quickly or a lot more efficiently. And then lastly, I'm going to wrap up with the strategy of how you can get more people to find your videos. Let's dive right in. I make hundreds of educational videos every month on YouTube. This is my expertise, and I help lots of other educators do the same. In fact, many of them are doing extremely well financially. Several of them are making six figures every month, and we follow this exact strategy. So here's an overview of the strategy. Right now, right this very second, there are thousands of people online going on Google and YouTube, typing in questions about piano because they want to learn to play piano online. If you follow the steps of my strategy, here's what will happen. People go to Google and YouTube and they type in how to play blank song or something on piano. You could teach them how to play that, right? So you make a video that answers that exact question. So when they type that in, yours pops up in front of them and they click on it, and because it's what they want, they're going to watch it all the way to the end. Well, the YouTube algorithm sees that and says, wow, this is a high-performing video. Let's suggest this video to more and more people who are wanting to learn piano. So that's the tactical side of it, but think about it from the viewer's experience or the student. They want to learn piano. They found you on YouTube and they watched your video, and they really appreciate that you taught that to them. When they want to learn something next, guess where they're going to go? Yep, they're going to come right back to your channel. When you follow the other steps of the strategy, they actually end up on your website and they hire you for online lessons. All right, how many views do you want to get on your videos? Do you want to get tens of views, or do you want to get thousands of views? In this segment, I'm going to show you a tool that you use that if you do it before you film, you'll get thousands of views, and you'll get people who are searching for your help, people that actually want to hire you to teach them. Okay, so this tool here is called the Keyword Magic Tool. This is the only tool that you're going to need. You don't need anything else. If you heard of keyword research or SEO, you don't need to pay attention to any of that stuff anymore. This is on the website semrush.com. They have a lot of tools. This is the only one that I use. All right, so if we're teaching piano, let me type in those words, teach piano, or actually I might do play. So how to play. And there's going to be so much that comes up here. What if I want to teach something by Mozart? All right, so let's just do that search. I'll show you what happens with this tool. It brings up some topics like, did Mozart play piano? Okay, but what I want is questions. So I'm going to come over here and just hit the questions button. And then I'm going to turn on an advanced filter and turn the word count. I always like to start at 8. Let's see what we find. All right, so how to play Mozart Rondo alla Turca on piano. Perfect. I love that one, so I'm going to check that one. How to play Mozart für Elise. I'm saying that wrong, I know, on piano. How to play Mozart on piano step by step. That's pretty cool, but it's not a specific song, so maybe it's a category. Okay, so I don't know if you like to play or teach Mozart piano music, but this is just one example of searches, and I want to talk about this number right here. The top of the column, you see it says volume. That means that for these two titles that I've highlighted, that exact 9-word phrase gets searched 10 times on average per month. Now this is gold, and here's why. When somebody goes to Google or YouTube and they type in this exact 9-word phrase, they see your video and they click on it because it's exactly what they're searching for. And they watch it all the way to the end because they want to learn this. The YouTube algorithm sees that and they think, okay, wow, this is a valuable video. Let's find more people that would like to watch this video as well. For this one here, they might be typing in how to play Für Elise by Mozart on piano, or how to play piano Mozart for Elise. I mean, there's going to be lots of different ways that people type that in, and YouTube will start to suggest your video to these people, and so you'll get more and more views over time. In fact, this strategy works so well that even many years from now, 5, 10 years from now, your video will still be getting search traffic. Now with this tool, you can just go down and select the ones that you like. Okay, once you get down here to 0, I would stop selecting those. Then you come over here to export. Right now I've only got 3 that I selected. And then personally, I like to use Google Docs. You can use whatever way you want to organize these, but copy this. Right now it's in my clipboard and I could take it over to my Google Doc. Now you can type anything up here. I typed in play piano Mozart just to be adventurous. Let's remove Mozart and just show you how much is here. And the first one, how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on piano. If you want to teach that, that might be fun. Okay, how to play All of Me on piano. Okay, we've got more of pop culture in here. How to play Someone You Loved on piano. How to play Mary Had a Little Lamb. How to play Office themes. So there are going to be thousands and thousands of different ideas for you here. And there's 2 advantages. One, you're getting a lot of ideas. So you're never going to run out of things that you can teach on your YouTube channel. But 2, you're going to make sure that your video titles match what people are searching for. And so you automatically have a built-in marketing strategy for every video. And just think, you create 100 videos like this, now you've got 100 marketing machines on your channel that are bringing in people every single day and every single month. Now hold on just a minute. I just noticed that you haven't subscribed yet. So there's a red button. Go ahead and click that red button and subscribe to this channel. And then right next to it, there's a bell. Click that button as well. That turns on alerts, so that each time I upload a new episode, you'll get an email from YouTube and you won't miss a thing. Once I have the titles selected, the list of videos that I want to film, and I'm ready to prepare the content, I use the same outline every time. This is what the outline looks like. I've got my title. I can make notes about my intro if there's anything I want to say specifically in the intro. I remind myself to give content hooks. Then I have several bullet points where I can just put the talking points of things that I want to talk about throughout the video. What I want to talk about first, second, third. I might end with a story. And then I always have a very specific call to action, whether I'm recommending the video that they should watch next or the lead magnet, the free gift that they can get by clicking the link below. Now, we already talked about your titles. Remember, this is probably an 8 or a 9 word phrase. That's what your title is. In your intro, you're basically reading the title to them and then telling them why it's important. So, hey, in this video, we're going to talk about this long sentence. I've been doing this for years, or this is really going to change your life, right? So something profound, something that's a why of why they need to watch this 10-minute episode. We're going to talk about the content hooks in a minute because we need to have the content prepared first. One way that you can think about it is in time. Like, I'm going to spend a minute here, then I'm going to spend a minute here. I'm going to share a story, maybe that's 2 minutes. I've got another minute here, and I've got another minute here. You'll know the time as you go along. Now, when you prepare it this way, you don't want to memorize it, and on filming day, try and remember all bullet points, because guess what? You can pause. I'm pausing a whole bunch while recording this video, but I know that my editors will just edit out those pauses. And what I have all my clients do is they do point number 1. They look at their notes, and then they come and they look into the camera and they deliver point number 1. They might talk for 1 minute, 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, and then they finish point number 1. Then they come back, they look at their notes. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk about next. Then they come back to the camera and they deliver point number 2. They're not thinking about what point number 3 is. In fact, we want them to intentionally pause after they're done talking about point number 2. They come back to their notes. They look at point number 3 and they think, oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk about next. They look at the lens of the camera and they deliver point 3. This is the best way to prepare your content because 1, it's simple. You're not writing out a lengthy script that might take you a couple of hours to prepare for one video. Now you can just bullet point the talking points in maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and that episode is prepared. And you can take the burden off your shoulders of having to memorize all this content because you've just got memory joggers. I'm going to talk about this first, then I'm going to talk about this second. And you're going to pause between each one. The beginning of every episode should include 2 things. So let's talk about how you start, okay? You need to include the title or what the video is about, and then why should they watch? What difference is it going to make for them? Okay, so what it's about and why they should watch. Let me give you an example. One of the titles we found was How to Play All of Me on Piano. So this is how I might start that episode. Welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to play All of Me on piano. This is one of my favorite songs, and I've taught it so many times that I know the best way to teach you so you can learn it the fastest. Let's jump right in. So do you see what I did there? I basically just said the title of the video, what the video is about, and then I backed it up of why they should learn from me. After you've done your intro and the little opener has played, your little branding piece that's 6 or 8 seconds long, then comes the content. And you want to start out your content with content hooks. So I want to demonstrate how not to do it and then a better way to do it. So on the outline here, I'm going to just demonstrate with this title, How to Get Rid of Strep Throat Without Antibiotics. Now, Doreen Spackman, she's the expert on this topic. She taught it to me. I've used the remedy many times, so I'm going to pretend that that's my expertise, okay? And here's my outline. You notice I've got 3 words or 1 word or 2 words, okay? Very simple outline. I've got 6 different points that I'm going to cover in the video. First, let me demonstrate how not to do the content hooks. All right, as we dive into this topic of how to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics, really you just need 3 ingredients. If you go grab some garlic, some cayenne pepper, and some raw honey, and you mix that together, you take that, it will wipe out your strep throat. I just gave away the whole episode, right? Why are people going to need to watch longer? Or maybe they don't believe me. Maybe they think, oh, that sounds too good to be true. Let me go find a better video. Or maybe they do believe me and they go leave to see if they have those ingredients in their kitchen. Who knows, but they're certainly not going to stick around for the full episode. So here is a second attempt, and I'm going to set some content hooks that create curiosity. All right, as we dive into this topic of how to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics, first, we're going to talk about why not antibiotics. And there's some good reasons why you might want to consider an alternative. Then there are 3 ingredients. We're going to talk about each one and how each one is a natural antibacterial and a natural antiviral. It's amazing stuff. Then we're going to go to the kitchen. I'm going to show you how to prepare this and how to take it, dosage and whatnot. And then I'm going to wrap up with a story. My son, when he was really young, he had a high fever, he had strep throat, and we used this remedy. He also experienced a side effect that you're going to want to know about because you're probably going to experience this side effect as well. All right, let's dive in. Okay, do you see what I did there? Do you see the difference in the first example and the second one? Hopefully you see how the second one really would create a lot of curiosity and didn't give away the secrets. The whole goal is to create curiosity and help them think, wow, this is an amazing video. I'm excited to spend the next 10 or 12 minutes watching this episode. Now that you've got a glimpse of this strategy and how you can teach piano online, I want to help you further, and I've got a free resource that I want to give to you. It's my Influencer Almanac. Now, in one place online, I've packed all my tips, all my tools, and all my strategies about YouTube and about business and growing revenue online, and ultimately how to do all these things to influence the world in a better way. So I've put all that in my Influencer Almanac. And to get access to that, go ahead and click the link below and you can access it right now.